Have you ever stopped to wonder what time really is? Not the tick of a clock or the rush of a deadline, but time itself, the invisible river that carries us from one moment to the next. It's something we all experience, yet no one can truly pin down. Is time a thing, like a star or a planet, or is it just an illusion, a trick of our minds? And here's the question that might keep you up at night. Did time have a beginning, and could it ever end? Let's dive into the mystery of time, a journey that takes us from the Big Bang to the edges of human understanding, where the answers are as thrilling as they are elusive. Picture this: 13.8 billion years ago, the universe bursts into existence. A hot, dense point, smaller than an atom, explodes outward, creating space, matter, energy, and, somehow, time. Cosmologists call this the Big Bang. But what they don't tell you in school is that the Big Bang wasn't just the birth of stars and galaxies. It was the moment time itself seemed to switch on. Before that, well, that's where things get weird. Ask a physicist what came before the Big Bang, and they'll shrug and say, "We don't know." It's not just that we lack the data. It's that before might not even make sense. If time started with the Big Bang, there was no before because there was no time for anything to happen. Wrap your head around that one. It's like trying to imagine the edge of infinity. But let's not get lost in the void just yet. Let's talk about what time is in our universe today. You might think of time as a straight line, marching forward second by second. Breakfast, work, dinner, sleep, repeat. But science tells us time is far stranger than that. Thanks to Einstein, we know time is woven into the fabric of space itself, creating what physicists call spacetime. It's not rigid, it bends and stretches. Ever heard of time dilation? If you were to zoom through space at nearly the speed of light, time would slow down for you compared to someone lounging back on Earth. You could return after what feels like a year to find your friends have aged decades. This isn't science fiction, it's been tested. Atomic clocks on fast-moving planes tick ever so slightly slower than ones on the ground. Time, it turns out, is as flexible as a rubber band. Now, here's a question to spark your curiosity. If time can bend, can it break? Could time stop, or even run backward? To explore this, let's go back to the early universe, just fractions of a second after the Big Bang. The universe was a searing soup of particles, hotter than a trillion suns. As it expanded, it cooled, and time marched on, or so we think. But some physicists wonder if time always flows the same way. There's a wild idea called the arrow of time, which says time moves forward because of entropy, the universe's tendency to slide from order to chaos. Think of a glass shattering. It breaks, but it never unbreaks. That's entropy at work, and it gives time its direction. But what if, in some distant future, the universe reaches maximum chaos? Could time lose its arrow, stalling out, or even reversing? It's a mind-bending possibility that makes you rethink everything you know about reality. Let's push further. What if time isn't the same everywhere? In the heart of a black hole, where gravity is so intense that light can't escape, time gets warped beyond recognition. If you fell toward a black hole, don't worry, you won't. But let's imagine, time would slow down for you as you approach the event horizon, the point of no return. To someone watching from far away, you'd seem to freeze, suspended forever. But for you, time would feel normal until, well, things got messy. Inside the black hole, at the singularity, our understanding of time breaks down completely. Some physicists think time might cease to exist there, or transform into something we can't even imagine. Black holes are like cosmic dead ends, challenging our very notion of time's flow. But what about the bigger picture? Could time end for the entire universe? To answer that, we need to look at the universe's future, and here's where things get truly jaw-dropping. Scientists have mapped out a few possible fates for our cosmos, each with its own implications for time. One scenario is the Big Freeze. As the universe expands, driven by a mysterious force called dark energy, galaxies drift apart, stars burn out, and everything cools to near absolute zero. Trillions of years from now, the universe could become a cold, dark void, with no energy left to drive change. If nothing changes, does time still mean anything? Some physicists argue that in this lifeless cosmos, time would become irrelevant, like a clock ticking in an empty room. It's a haunting thought, a universe where time exists but has no purpose. Then there's the Big Crunch, a less likely but dramatic alternative. If the universe's expansion slows and reverses, everything could collapse back into a single point, a mirror of the Big Bang. Time, as we know it, might end in this cosmic implosion. But here's where it gets wild. Some theorists suggest a Big Crunch could trigger a new Big Bang, restarting time in a brand new universe. Imagine time as a cycle, looping endlessly. Birth, expansion, collapse, repeat. It's the kind of idea that makes you wonder if our universe is just one chapter in an infinite story. But wait, what if time isn't just one thing? What if our universe is part of a larger reality where time works differently? This brings us to the multiverse, a concept so bold it redefines everything. Picture our universe as one bubble in a cosmic foam, each bubble with its own laws of physics and its own version of time. In some universes, time might flow backward. In others, it might loop or branch like a river. The multiverse idea comes from inflation, a rapid expansion in the universe's first moments. Some physicists, like Alan Guth, suggest inflation never stops in some regions, spawning countless universes. If that's true, time as we know it is just one flavor in an infinite cosmic menu. Can you imagine a universe where time doesn't exist at all? It's a thought that stretches the limits of human imagination. Let's bring in a real-world twist. In 2023, astronomers noticed something strange. The universe's expansion seems to be speeding up faster than expected. This Hubble tension, as it's called, hints that our models of time and space might be off. Could dark energy, the force driving this acceleration, hold clues to time's nature? Some researchers think dark energy might evolve, changing how time behaves over cosmic scales. If dark energy grows stronger, it could tear the universe apart in a big rip, shredding galaxies, stars, even atoms. In that scenario, time would end not with a whimper but a bang, as space-time itself unravels. It's a terrifying prospect, but don't panic. It's billions of years away, if it happens at all. Now, let's get philosophical for a moment. Why does time feel so personal? We measure our lives in moments, birthdays, first loves, achievements. But science tells us time is universal, indifferent. Yet there's a theory that time might be tied to consciousness. Some physicists, like Carlo Rovelli, argue that time emerges from how we perceive change. Without observers, does time exist? It's a question that bridges science and philosophy, making you wonder if time is as much in our heads as it is in the stars. Imagine a universe with no one to experience it. Would time still tick? Let's explore one last frontier, time travel. Everyone loves the idea of jumping to the past or future, but is it possible? Einstein's relativity opens the door a crack. Traveling near light speed or through a wormhole, a theoretical tunnel in space-time, could let you skip forward in time. Going backward is trickier. It would require exotic matter and energy we don't yet understand. But here's the kicker. Even if time travel were possible, paradoxes like the grandfather paradox, what if you stopped your own birth, suggest time might have rules we can't break. Still, the fact that physics doesn't outright forbid time travel is enough to keep the dream alive. Who wouldn't want to peek at the year 3000 or witness the dinosaurs? So where does this leave us? Time is both familiar and alien, a thread that ties the Big Bang to the distant future, yet slippery enough to defy our grasp. It bends near black holes, stretches with the universe's expansion, and might even splinter across a multiverse. Whether time had a clear beginning or faces an end depends on which cosmic path our universe takes: freeze, crunch, rip, or something else entirely. What's certain is that time shapes everything, from the stars above to the thoughts in your mind right now. Here's the final question to spark your imagination. If you could unravel one mystery about time, its origin, its end, or its true nature, what would you choose? Think about it, because the answer might reveal as much about you as it does about the universe. Stay curious and keep chasing the secrets of time, because this journey is far from over.